Hey, welcome back, friends and family. So we're doing a recap on week 4 in Mexico. We're in Valladolid still. So let's start off with a couple shout outs. We would like to thank everybody who's reached out to us personally. Thank you for that. Thank you for all that. Personally, there's a couple shout outs I'd like to give to a couple individuals who reached out to me. Mike Bell. Mike Bell, he just encouraged me. We had a phone conversation with him, but he was just so encouraging and just a lot of the words, the wisdom. It was just an amazing conversation, and I'm thankful for Mike. Marvin Griffin reached out to me also as well, and yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks for doing that. And Al Mady up from New Jersey. Thanks, brother. All right, so let's get into it. Recap week 4. So we have our ups, our highs, and we have our lows. One of the lows was adapting to our living condition. The place that we're staying at is not as, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, maybe livable or like our last place. We don't have hot water here, so those showers can be refreshing. And recently, Timothy, he's had an issue with his digestive system. So that, and for me personally, lately I'm in a season and a phase of my life where mentally, my mental state, there's just a lot of self-doubt in a lot of different areas of my life. So yeah, if you guys can really pray over that, over those situations. So let's get, I'm just looking down because of my notes. So let's get into it. So this week we went to a cenote, and the cenote is pretty much one of those underwater natural springs. There's one very close to our house, and in the video you're gonna see me and Benjamin doing some jumps. Timothy did some light swimming. Sherry was in there swimming, took a jump. We met a couple from Switzerland, had a nice little conversation with them there, and there's several pictures of just family time. Here is different than Puerto Morelos, because in Puerto Morelos there's a lot of areas that we wanted to see, so there was a lot of more action. Here it's a lot of more of the daily living, but one thing we have been doing a lot is pretty much almost every day we've been getting out, because it is a small city, so we've been getting out, walking around the city, eating at new places and just seeing new things. So for the home life, you're going to see Benjamin leaving some love notes for me and my bride. One thing about Benjamin is for his homeschool, for reading, he accomplished one book. I think it had probably like 12 stories in it. He accomplished that, and now we're into the next book. Let me see. Sherry started a new devotion that she's been reading. Pizza. We found a couple places. Actually, it's one. Yeah, we found a place with just some real good pizza. Mexico has some really good food that's not really quote unquote they're known for, right? Some pizza. Sherry ran into some really good pasta. She liked. Benjamin found a Chinese place where he gets his noodles and his sweet and sour chicken. Another thing that we've done is this town's very colorful, very historic. So you're gonna see a lot of pictures with some really old buildings, which I find just amazing. They bring back a lot of memories from my childhood. We took in New York, you know how New York and other areas, I'm sure you have your double-decker buses. Well, we ran into Mexico's version of it, and they took us around, a couple blocks. Just a small little tour, so you'll be able to see some of those pictures. The biggest hitter, in my opinion, is we went and saw Chichen Itza, which is one of the new seventh wonders of the world. And if I'm correct, Chichen Itza had a lot to do with the Mayans. There was a cenote, one of those underground natural springs. People, you can't swim in them, but I guess one of them was where they where they sacrifice people. So I'm assuming, if I remember right, that there's bones down there, human remains. And we got to see a courtyard where they played their ball game, which is kind of like soccer. But they have these round circles in the wall that they got to get the ball into. But the crazy part about that is like, I don't know the whole history of it, but from what I gathered and what I've heard is like the losing team gets sacrificed, right? So I mean that's crazy to think that you're just playing the game and like you're really just praying for life. But I guess there's a big argument between archaeologists that they don't know who the real winner is, right? The one that stays alive or the one that gets sacrificed to their gods. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And there's a covenant, an old church out here, and you can donations. You can go in there and just do a tour. And in there, they also have they had like artifacts. Are they called artifacts? Artifacts, just things that they pulled out of another cenote that's on the property. One of those underground wells. I guess they pulled out some things that they found and they just got them on display. But yeah, this place is very historical. It's got a lot of history to it. And I think that's about it. So once again, this week there's not a lot of action because there's really not a whole lot to see. I think that Chichen Itza, we had to grab a small van and it was like a 40-minute drive out of there. So we're kind of not secluded, but we are in a small village in the Yucatan, and there's really not a whole lot of towns or anything close to here. So, hope you enjoy the vid, and thank you guys, and we will see you next week.
Benjamin, he's gonna jump in. From there to there. Cool. Dada, you do it.